if you're watching this video, somehow or other you find yourself hearing about sexual surrogate partner therapy. What is it? It's a model of sex therapy that enables someone who is not in a relationship but who suffers from sexual difficulties, trauma, even past sexual abuse, or possibly sex difficulties coupled with some physical disability. It helps that person to resolve those problems, not just through theory, but by actual direct experience of an intimate relationship within a contained and supportive environment. This is a radical and highly effective form of sexual therapy that works. It actually transforms lives, not just in the bedroom, but when one realizes that there ultimately is nothing wrong with them, then this helps to transform other areas of their lives also. But it requires a high degree of commitment and courage. It's not to be taken lightly. It's not to be embarked on casually. It's not something to start and then decide to give up. It's a whole journey. We call it the hero's journey. And for those heroes who have taken this journey through surrogate partner therapy, there are many, many, many testimonials that we have of lives transformed. Because we're not actually doing anything to the individual, we are simply creating the environment, the opportunity, the teaching, the therapeutic support, and the intimate relationship, including the intimate and sexual experience, to enable the man or woman to resolve the issues for themselves. So who are these sexual surrogate partners? I don't think I can answer the question any better than to just read what I wrote in the little book that I wrote some years ago called Sexual Surrogate Partner Therapy. She, that is the surrogate partner, is a blend of ordinary woman and extraordinary spirit. She sees her happiness in helping others to find theirs. She is at ease with her spirituality and her sexuality. She has an abounding sense of humour, while also able to weep with those who weep. She doesn't take herself too seriously, and yet she honours herself and can see the goddess within her. She is practical, yet spiritual. She is sexually adventurous, and at the same time exudes a type of purity. She is both abandoned and reserved. She is a healer, yet sees herself simply as a woman. Well, how could you possibly be intimate with somebody who you have not chosen voluntarily as a partner, as in relationships outside of therapy? But you know, the basis of surrogate partner therapy is authenticity. A surrogate partner, above all, is able and capable of being fully emotionally, intimately and sexually authentic in more than one relationship if appropriate and needed. But more than that, the process goes one step at a time. And there is a whole program, a journey of recovery, and a man or a woman entering this program will spend significant amount of time with the surrogate partner, building safety and trust in the early stages of the program, and doesn't move on to following steps of the program until the connection and the safety has been deepened at the previous step. So in fact, by the time a client and the surrogate partner are being sexually intimate, they will have spent far more time together than most couples in the world outside therapy spend before they have sex together. What happens if the surrogate partner and the client fall in love? Won't that hurt them, be harmful to them? I find it amazing that people these days associate love with hurt. I associate love with healing, and so does the work of surrogate partner therapy. And in many respects, I hope that a client does feel love when on this journey with a surrogate partner, because then they will be able to replicate everything they're discovering about themselves in relationships outside therapy. The important thing about surrogate partner therapy, the active ingredient, if you like, is that the client discovers that love exists within themselves. Of course, there is a carefully planned and supervised closure on the relationship, but by that time they have discovered that love that is felt for another isn't just residing in the other, it actually resides within oneself. And if one can learn by direct experience that one can authentically love, then at closure, that person is able to gently close the door on that feeling in the heart, but can know that they are perfectly in control of reopening that door outside of therapy when they choose to do so. Is surrogate partner therapy safe? The answer is yes, it's very safe. From a sexual health point of view, it's far safer than the majority, if not all, sexual relationships outside therapy. Every client, before being accepted onto surrogate partner therapy, has a full health screen. Blood tests that include rigorous testing around STIs and HIV. So do surrogate partners on a regular basis. As far as confidentiality is concerned, we hold that as paramount. And in fact, when clients begin our program, we do have a confidentiality contract in our terms and conditions that both clients and surrogate partners adhere to. So confidentiality is extremely important. Those that ask about legality are usually intimating that surrogate partner therapy is akin to sex working. But surrogate partner therapy is not even on the same spectrum as sex work. Surrogate partner therapy is to help people to heal. It is therapeutic, and it's a package of therapy. They are supported by a therapist, they are helped by a surrogate partner therapist, and the aim is to help the client to transform from fear and anxiety and dysfunction to a healthy, whole and happy human being. So why is surrogate partner therapy so hard to find? You know, in the whole of the USA, the home of IPSA, the International Professional Surrogates Association, there are usually only around 25 trained and functioning surrogate partners to cover that entire vast country. In the UK, indeed in Europe, the School of Intimacy, Consciousness and Self-Awareness, the School of ICASA, is the only centre where the therapeutic support and the work of surrogate partner therapy take place simultaneously in the same building, under the same roof. That is the most safe and effective model of surrogate partner therapy in the world. Hard to find, hard to locate, maybe, but this I know. Those who genuinely need this work and are ready for it find us. They find this work somehow, because timing is everything. So this has been a very short synopsis, a summary of surrogate partner therapy, the most radical, effective and controversial sexual therapy in the world. But before I close this talk, I'd like to quote Barbara Roberts, who was an American surrogate partner in the 1980s, who perhaps remains as the icon of surrogate partners. She said in a famous talk about surrogate partner therapy, though sexuality is at the heart of it, sex is the least of it. I hope this talk has been helpful. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and share this video. You never really know who needs help. This is David Brown. Thank you for listening.